Hi, just a quick video on completing linear graphs using our new Casio calculators. So first one, we've got complete the table of values for y equals 2x plus 4. Okay, now I'm going to prop that up so the glare isn't too bad on the calculator, and obviously when we switch our calculator on, depending on what setting it's on, we might find ourselves at this point. Okay, if we go to table, we can then work out our graph from there. Now, just slide that up a bit. I'll come back. Yeah, there we go. That's nice and clear. I can see that brilliantly. So let's work with it. Now, first off, we need a function. So we press this button here, and the easiest way is to define. So the third one down, define, and then we can type in what we need, and it's 2x plus 4. So I'm going to put my 2 in. Just slide that up a little bit further again. So put 2 in. Now, I'm not going to use the multiply sign. I need the x, and that's just above the 0 and the blue. So we press shift and 0, and we can see where the x is, and then I can put my plus 4 in. Okay, so I can see clearly there I've got 2x. So my function equals 2 times x plus 4, and then I can, in here, I can now input my data. Okay, now my table starts from -1. Now, so far, what we've found is if you just put -1 in, it doesn't like it. So we put 1, and then I move back to put the minus in. So that's the first value. Then it's going to be 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And we can see now we've got our table of values. So if I scroll up, so value of -1, we've got 2. Then it's 4, 6, and 8, and that tallies with what we know, because if we look at that, when the value of x is 0, y is 4, which is our intercept, and they're going up in 2s, which is our gradient. So we can see we've got our table all worked out there, and that works fine. Okay. Obviously then you would need to plot them on the graph using the right coordinates, x and then y, but I'm not going to do that on this because that's not what we're about. Okay, not for this one, not for this video. Same again, only this time we've got values from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but this time it's half x plus 1. So it's a half times x. So I'm going to do the same. Now this time I'll go on to there and I go to define that. It's still got the original one in there. Okay, so I can just delete all of that. Now half is 0.5. So 0.5 times x. Now remember, the x, we do shift and then 0 to bring the x up. We can see that on there. And then it was plus 1, and I can bring that up. Okay. Now what it's done is, because we already had our table of values from -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, it's automatically filled that in. Okay. So we've got that, and we can see again for our 0, the answer is 1, which is our intercept, and they're going up by half each time. So they are correct. So that deals with some of the decimals. We've also got, in the case of, tell you what, we'll do that one first. So now we've got y is equal to -2x plus 11. Okay. So again, I'm going to come back to this, press the function button there, down to define, and this time what I want, I'm going to get rid of, tell you what, I'll get rid of all of it and we'll retype it as it is. Now again, so we should have -2x plus 11. And then when I put that in, and there's my table of values. Okay, so we've gone at 0, our y coordinate is 11, which is our intercept, and if we look at there, they're going down by 2 each time. -2 is our gradient, so they match, and that is our correct measurements on that one. Hopefully we can see that okay on the screen. I do appreciate it. I'm trying to see from a video camera screen and I can't make it out, but hopefully on the bigger screen it will come a lot clearer. In this case, we'll do this as the last one. They've mixed it around. Now I've got 6 minus 4x. We do it the same way. We just type it in. So same with function, down to define, and I'll delete all of that. We've now got 6 take away 4x, okay, and we've got similar values, so that should come in there, and it does. So again, at the 0 for the x, we've got 6, which is our intercept, and we can see that the values are going down by 4 each time, which is our gradient, our minus 4x, okay. So that's it for graphing straight line graphs with a calculator, okay. It works, and it works quite well. All right, and then of course when you move on to the next question, you need to go back to it being just a calculator, press home, and then move along to calculate, and we are back to our normal calculator then. Okay, so just to reiterate, if you press home, across to table, press the function button, down to define, and we can type in there. So again, if I'm going to redo that one, I'm going to do, and again, 6 take away 4, and then the x is shift and then 0. So we've got our function there, okay. And then when we're onto there, we can then put our values in. All right, hope that helps, and good luck.